Grüezi and a warm welcome to this very special hotel podcast Switzerland episode. This time in English, and it's going to be a Christmas edition. Today we are in Engelberg, in one of Switzerland's most majestic alpine luxury 5-star hotels at the Kempinski Palace Engelberg. And sitting next to me is Andreas Magnus, the general manager. Welcome, Andreas.
Very
Hello.
warm welcome, and thank you for having me.
Andreas, just for you especially, I wear the red dress, and that's also a key element at Kempinski. You have the ladies in red, but the color red is also the color of Christmas. And if you ask the staff members here, everyone says that Christmas is a very special season for you. What does Christmas mean to you, and why it's so important?
So before we get there, well, once again, thank you very much for taking time to being with us. We appreciate having the chance to host you here in Engelberg. Yes, red is the perfect color for Kempinski because of our ladies in red, which is a very important part of our, let's call it, brand identity. But at the same time, you're fitting perfectly well because that's also the theme color of our decoration this year. We went with that, Ralph Lauren Christmas, which is very much trending these days. And
Yeah.
Of course, as you can see from behind me, it's all about the red and the green and the gold. But why is Christmas so special for me, and what does it mean for me? Well, it is, one of my favorite times from my childhood. As you might be aware, I grew up in the north of Norway, in a city called Tromsø, which is above the Arctic Circle. And in the winter, there is actually no sun. So the light that you get is maybe 4 or 5 hours of kind of this grayish, bluish light that you get. And therefore, we need to find ways how to bring light into our homes. And Christmas then becomes a very, important opportunity to bring a lot of decoration, a lot of candles, a lot of festivity and so forth. And I guess having, grown up with this, I've always taken it with me. And whenever I've traveled abroad, I've tried to bring my passion for Christmas with me.
So you lived close to the Santa Claus, actually, right? North
That's right.
Pole.
Yeah. No, he miraculously always made his way. I don't know if he had some help from my parents, but yeah,
All right.
he always made it.
So we are sitting in front of this gorgeous Christmas tree decorated with numerous angel ornaments. Beautiful. And I just attended the Christmas tree lighting, the Lichterfest. It's always the kickoff event of the Christmas season. Tell us, what other highlights do you have during the festive season here at Kempinski Palace Engelberg?
So it's funny that you mentioned the angels. Engelberg being,
It's beautiful.
Angel Mountain in English, or Engelberg. We thought it would be fitting now to really clad our trees almost exclusively with angels. I'm happy that you like it. We have lots going on this Christmas here with us. Everything is about craftsmanship. So you have gastronomy, you have performing arts, you have all different kinds of special moments that we try to create on the different dates. We will have a pop-up restaurant, where we're actually inviting a Japanese chef to come in and visit.
When is it exactly?
So that's going to be from the 25th to the 4th. So it's just over the most
December to January.
peak period, let's say, right? And then we have our beautiful chalet outside. Have you had the chance to visit yet?
Yes, inside, but I still have to have the taste the fondue.
Okay,
actually,
well, you'll have to
the Chalet Ruina.
You'll have to bring your family. It's a wonderful experience. And combining these type of, seasonal outlets, pop-up outlets, different wine and dines and so forth. We have a lot on our culinary agenda. And then, of course, other, events as well that we try to curate.
So Christmas is celebrated here in a very special way.
Sure.
So with all these Christmas traditions, one could think that you've been here forever. But actually, as it looks right now, the Kempinski Palace Engelberg has been reopened for only 4.5 years ago. But the hotel itself has century-long hotel history. I mean, we love hotel stories.
Sure.
Tell us more about the legacy of this grand hotel.
Absolutely. No, you're right. We just celebrated our 4th year this summer. I celebrated 5 years with the property now this week, but the property has been here for a long time. And it first opened as Grand Hotel Winterhaus, and that was in 1904. And when it then opened, it was actually the first winter tourism destination in Engelberg, and it was part of a larger complex. So there was 2 other palace hotels attached to it, together also with our ballroom, which was a freestanding ballroom at the time. But these hotels were not alone in Engelberg. There was in total 12 luxury grand hotels, and unfortunately, we are the only one that have kind of stood the test of time and now been able to reopen again in its former glory. During the First and Second World War, had a big impact on the destination. They were not able to recover after that, unfortunately. Therefore, 8 of those 12 historical buildings are not longer with us. But there's still 4, Belle Epoque buildings which are still with us.
There is a book called Feenpaläste in Engelberg, right? You have them in the hotel rooms?
Sure, yeah.
So for all more details, you can read the book.
Exactly. So just book a room and then we'll throw in a book part of it.
How did you manage to preserve the soul of the hotel?
Well, I would love, of course, to take, claim credit for that alone, but I cannot. I have to say first of all, the developers, the owners, the team that was behind the project phase, they did a fantastic job. So they did their homework. They knew all the history about the property. Also, part of the project lead was the former general manager of when the hotel was a smaller 4-star property before it went into project phase, and also everyone who was involved with the project. If it was the architect, the interior decorator, the contractors which built it, all the Handwerker and the people who actually contributed to the finished product as it stands today, everyone was convinced and everyone was invested and engaged in the property, and therefore I really think that the final product that they created really kept that history and that, how do you say,
together.
Exactly, the heritage.
Great. Great stories. We also want to know you better, Andreas. Want to hear more about you. You've been here from the beginnings, probably during the pre-opening.
Yep.
Kempinski Palace Engelberg is your baby. Tell us your best of hotel stories of the past 4 years.
Wow, it would be very difficult to single out a separate moment, but I think the day when we did the grand opening, that was a very, very special moment. We had a very short pre-opening, only about 6 months till I arrived here and until we opened. So it was a very intense period. A lot of work went through. Luckily, we were able to get really, really great people on board from the beginning. So the opening day was a great moment. And then, there's different, highlights. Like, for example, the first time we did our tree lighting ceremony, the second time when we did it and saw that actually we can reproduce it and create a nice tradition, and then hosting all different kind of guests and groups and seeing guests coming back, seeing them return. There's so many moments. I wouldn't be able to single out one.
So it was, just to come back to the Christmas tree lighting, I found it was remarkable that you bring all people together. So locals from Engelberg, hotel guests, but also staff members, and everyone brought her families, and just beautiful to see everyone around and together. So you're doing a great job. I first noticed you back then because of an article inside the Hotelier magazine, where the general manager is also editor-in-chief. So that was the title. And talking about the Palace Post, do you like to write as well? How did the idea of the Palace Post come about?
Honestly, much of the writing which is in there comes from our team and from people who we work with to contribute. But when it comes to the idea and the conceptual phase, I love storytelling, and I think it's an important part of any hotel. I think also for us, it was particularly important to get our story out there and to do it in a professional way, because of the fact that Engelberg, being a great destination with so much to offer, still needs to be better shared and to be more spoken about throughout. And therefore, we wanted to have a proper medium to do so. Another reason also is the fact that I don't like very much little flyers and papers laying around. So if you're going to present what you're doing and what's coming up, what would you like to stimulate the guests to contribute and be part of? We found that it was a better way to do this in a kind of
in a newspaper.
Yeah, in an elegant kind of qualitative way. So that's why.
No, it's I when I'm here, I'm often in the Engelberg Tal. I always grab the newest one of the Pallaspost. You have an amazing hotel career, so to inspire young talents in the future, young future hoteliers, can you tell us more about your career path? And maybe was there a key moment
Sure.
when you decided to become when you decide to become a hotelier?
I guess to be able to tell that story, I have to kind of go in a little bit back to the beginning. I moved to the States from Norway when I was 14, together with my family. My father is a priest for the Norwegian Church, and he was appointed in New Orleans at a Norwegian church there, which dealt with seafarers and Norwegians abroad. And part of the service that they delivered was very much a creating a community for people abroad. And already then I was kind of, dilly-dallying behind my dad and supporting and helping. So I guess that was the first step, let's say, as to how I was exposed to hospitality. Then later when I moved back to Norway, I finished up my gymnasium and so forth, and wasn't really sure what to do. Wanted to deal with people, wanted to travel, wanted to be exposed to an international setting. And therefore I applied to a hotel school in Switzerland. But I would say a key moment which kind of grabbed me was actually during my first internship. I was at one of the Palace hotels in the French part of Switzerland, where I realized how much I could contribute if I put my mind to it. So I think that was kind of the moment. And where has the journey taken from then? Well, it's pretty much every continent except for South America and Australia. Worked in Asia, worked in Eastern Europe and Russia, worked in Africa, Middle East, of course the US and in Europe.
It's the best job to see the world.
100%, absolutely.
So every leader has her own style. What would you say from your perspective? Where do you place particular value on?
I place particular value on innovation and being relentless about always trying to recreate oneself and trying to improve the services that we deliver. I also pay particular attention when it comes to being flexible and working together as a team. For me, that is extremely important. And of course, the most important perhaps is the fact that people around me, that they are genuine, they're engaged, that they like to be part of what they're doing and that they're doing it with passion.
So you moved from Thailand to Central Switzerland.
That's true, yeah.
Must be a big cultural and lifestyle change moving from a Thai metropolis of millions to a rather smaller Swiss mountain village. What do you appreciate about life in Engelberg? Or how did you adapt? How do you like it?
Well, I'm a family father. I have 2 kids, now 8 and 10. When we arrived here, they were 3 and 5. So obviously moving from a bustling metropolis to a quiet village was just the ticket. And my kids, they love it here. They are super integrated. My daughter, who was 3 when we moved here, I would say she's more Swiss than anything else. Engelberg has an exceptional offering.
Does she speak Swiss German?
Yeah, and she's teaching me words every once in a while. So yeah.
Perfect. What does Engelberg stand for you? If you would have to
narrow it down, authenticity. We are not a typical tourism destination that has, let's say it, the Gucci Pucci Dior shops in our little village street. This is not about just catering to touristic clients. This is really it's a living village which is authentic, where when you walk in and you see people here in the village, it is people who live here, who are from here, who has made this their home. And I think this also comes a lot to the original story of Engelberg. Engelberg, I always say we have been Gastgeber or hosts for 904 years, because the monastery here is 904 years old.
Yeah.
And as you know, during the time, during the Middle Ages, monasteries were places where people could seek refuge, and the monks were the original hosts, you could say. And I guess this has impacted the DNA of the destination. And as it now has flourished into hospitality and tourism since the last 120, 130 years. This original DNA has, of course, a lot to say.
So yeah, it has a lot of culture, and the DNA as well is low key, I would say, right? Low key. It's one of the best words. It's one of the words 2025.
Okay.
Have you read it?
Okay, no, I didn't.
Did you? It was in the magazine, so it's really low key.
Low key. All right. Yeah, sure.
I ask everyone to give me their personal bucket list. What are your 3 top Engelberg experiences? Maybe focus on, now it's Christmas, so maybe winter. I know there are lots of different experiences and highlights, but maybe
100%.
yours.
It all depends on when you're coming during the year. For me, one of my favorites is visiting Führenalp, which is in the back of the village. It's a beautiful little peak experience, which there's only one gondola for 6 seats that takes you up. There's a great restaurant, which is really authentically, ran. I love sledging with my kids. So going to one of the areas sledging, either if it's on the Bruni side or on the Gerstneralp side. And, another experience I would say, which I love doing now, especially during the winter, is basically doing a slope run, from, let's say, all the way up on top on Stand and down to Trübsee, or from Jochpass all the way down and down the Talabfahrt as well.
Are you a skier or a snowboarder?
I'm a skier, yeah.
Skier.
But I used to snowboard. I also used to telemark in the past, so I did it all. But right now I'm mostly skiing.
Perfect. What does a perfect stay at the Kempinski Palace Engelberg look like?
So also here, it really depends on what occasion you're coming for and on what time of the year that you're coming. But I would say it should definitely, now if you're coming this time of the year, if you're coming for a weekend, it should definitely include a lot of wellness, a lot of winter
Rooftop.
Exactly.
Swimming
Rooftop
pool?
wellness area. So a lot of wellness, great, gourmet experiences, either in our main restaurant or in our fondue chalet. Beautiful cocktail by the fireplace out in our
At the Palace Bar.
Exactly. And also, of course, just, relaxing moments, perhaps in your room and, with a little bit of peace and quiet.
And that's a key experience here at the Kempinski Palace Engelberg, when you're inside the room and you sit on your balcony and you have this beautiful view to the Kurpark. You're not only the general manager of the Kempinski Palace Engelberg, but also of the Frut Mountain Resort. So just talking a little bit also about the Frut Mountain Resort.
So the Frut Mountain Resort, if you haven't yet visited, it is one of those destinations where I've been going there now for 5 years, and it doesn't matter. Every time I go, I'm taking at least 1 or 2 pictures of the scenery because it is so breathtaking. So it's sitting up on 2,000 meters elevation in Melchseefrutt, which is also part of Obwalden. It sits, in front of a lake, which is stunning during summer and also equally so during the winter. It is above the tree line, so there are no trees up there, and you would call it a ski in, ski out. So it's basically in the slopes itself. It's a beautiful combination of 2 different lodges that are connected by a tunnel, and offering fantastic wellness experiences and great gourmet, experiences.
Yeah,
and,
2. You even have 2 spa. You have everything
That's
double.
correct, yeah.
Kids.
So you have one lodge which
club.
is very family friendly, and one which I would say is more quasi adults only in a way. It's not classified as such. And therefore you have you have an experience for whichever guest journey that you're opting in for. If you're opting in for a family journey or a couple travel or so whatnot.
I've been up on Melchseefrutt at the Frut
With
Mountain
the kids
Resort.
as well? Or?
Not yet with the kids,
Okay.
but we're
Should do it.
planning
Okay.
with the kids, and the scenery is amazing.
Like it.
Perfect for videographers, photographers, and also for fishing.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
It's true.
You have been with Kempinski for over 14 years, and now I recognize also that it's one of the jewels of Kempinski Hotels. And just recently, Barbara Muckermann joined as CEO in 2024. What is the exchange with Barbara Muckermann, and what can we expect for the future of Kempinski with her bringing fresh wind?
Sure. No, I think, she's been with us now for 1.5 years. She's doing a fantastic job. There's a lot of strategic work going on behind the scenes about, how do you say, reconceptualization, I would say, of the product, also a realignment of the strategy when it comes to development and growth of the properties, and how we will want to acquire new properties as well. What I admire about her is really her strategic vision, which is, I've been missing that for a while, and I'm
big
really,
picture.
yeah, and she has a very clear understanding of what is luxury and how luxury travelers tick and what they're looking for. And I think really, I think we're in very, very good hands. So I'm excited about the future, but equally so about the past. I mean, almost 15 years, I wouldn't have changed a thing.
Maybe, I'm also attached to Kempinski because I had one of my best traineeships at Berlin, Adlon Kempinski Berlin. So one of my best times. For you, what makes Kempinski special?
So the reason why I joined Kempinski in the first place, I always tell this to team members when we're doing orientation. I joined them because of their fantastic approach to developing talent. It was known in the industry. I had, good friends of mine working for the company, and I really enjoyed the fact that when they were, talking about the hotel where they were working, they were not talking only about the hotel. They were talking about the group, because they were part of a journey with the group and not just with the hotel, which I think is very different. Secondly, now as to why did I stay with the group? Why did I stay with them all these years? Well, now it's about values, and it's about making sure that the values that a company stands for are aligned with your own. And there I can really say, the Kempinski values, which are everything is about, putting people first. It's about being straightforward, being honest. It's about creating traditions. It's about this European flair. It's about entrepreneurial performance. There's so much there which I feel now aligns with my own values, and that's really why I've stayed with them all these years.
Now during Christmas time, we are grateful, we look back, and it's the end of the year. But let's talk about the future.
Sure.
What are your ambitions and wishes for next year, or what are highlights of next year?
Well, next year is a great year because we're going to be celebrating 5 years anniversary for the property.
Fifth birthday.
Yes, that's true. And hoping to be able to invite you back and visit us when that comes about. That's going to come out in June, and we're looking forward to that. Already, we formed the committee, which is hard at work now, starting to plan it. But no, I mean, joke aside, it's going to be a great year. We're actually very positive about 2026. Business on the books for the first 5 months is looking really strong. We're expecting also, our ongoing partnerships with all different kinds of stakeholders like tour operators, like MICE agencies and so forth, to continue to flourish in 26. So looking forward to drive the property to new heights, looking forward to celebrating milestones, and hopefully...
A new chef? You have a new chef?
We have a new chef, but I mean, he's not only now in 26, but he's already been with us now for about 4 or 5 months. Chef Stefanos doing a great job. He's joining us, from Central Switzerland. He's been in Central Switzerland now for about 10, 12 years, and he's doing really, really well. Launching his new menu, if I'm not mistaken, on the 18th of December. So, we're going from now being more French-Swiss brasserie to, let's say, a little bit more Mediterranean in our approach. So,
because he's from Greece?
He's Greek,
yeah.
That's correct. So it's not only tzatziki, but I mean, it's going to be definitely some new influences, which we haven't had in the past.
He will definitely also have his signature dishes and telling his stories.
Of course. Yeah.
Also, there's the opening of the Titlis Tower.
That's true. It's also a great thing which is happening next year. So that is happening also end of May, beginning of June, following a more than $150 million investment or Swiss franc investment, and a great work together with Herzog de Meuron, which is the world-renowned architect. Yeah. Their first phase is completed. With this is the remake and the reconceptualization of the tower up on Titlis. Now the next phase comes in 28, 29, which is going to be the completion of the new mountain station up on Titlis. But we believe that...
So it's not finished yet?
Not finished yet, no. But the first phase is done, and already that, our guests and travelers and visitors to Engelberg, they will be able to get a feel for and yeah.
Very exciting. Very exciting. Yeah. I also have you have lots of traditions, but I also do have traditions.
So tell us.
One of the traditions at the Hotel Podcast format is I've asked so far everyone about their Favorite song? Well, if there would be a playlist, like a soundtrack of the Kempinski Palast Engelberg, what song would go on this playlist?
Whoa.
It's a Christmas song, probably.
So I'm not sure if I can narrow down to a song, but if I was gonna, how do you say, put the spirit of the of the hotel into a couple of performers right now, if I could, mesh them together, I would take a little bit of Frank Sinatra, probably a little bit of Michael Bublé, that Christmas style, and then I would add in my
Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas from
perhaps, but
Michael Bublé.
another one which I really I'm kind of getting into now, just due to a recent experience, is Rampa from Keine Musik. I was never into it, but now they just did a concert up on Gershny Alp. No, sorry, on Trübse.
I have to listen to it.
It was really cool. So a really cool vibe. So if you take that, mesh it up with the two that I mentioned before, I think you would get exactly what we're looking for right now.
So now, as it is the Christmas edition,
Sure.
Andreas, of course, I have a
Christmas.
gift.
Oh, no.
Of course.
Okay. Wow, look at that.
It's quite heavy.
Wow, that is massive.
And, you should open it.
Okay.
Somehow.
Did you decorate this yourself?
Yes.
That is very pretty. So
it's quite heavy.
So if my florist decides to resign, I will ask you to join me.
I love to decorate.
Okay. No.
Yes.
So you have hidden talents.
Yeah.
Wow. So what is this now? This is beautiful. I guess I should.
There are two.
Throw it for the camera.
Yes. So you
I'm sure not to break them, but
two angels.
All right. So wow, look at that.
Okay. You have two of them.
Okay.
So you can choose. They protect you. Or one is the good one, the good angel, and the bad angel. And if you have to make a decision,
I guess you have one of each, right?
Yeah. So for I don't know, the cellar or the office.
It's very kind. I guess I'll put this in my office, and then I'll have to point at which angel is coming out, depending on the day. No.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. Well, it's very kind. Thank you so much.
And now we are already at the end of this Christmas Hotel podcast. Thank you so much, Andreas.
Thank you, Eva.
Thank you. Lots of success for you and your team. And today we learned more about Kempinski Palast Engelberg and why you should visit soon. The next Hotel Podcast Switzerland is in the making, already planned, and I look forward having you soon back. Also to you, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And bye. Auf Wiedersehen.
Wiedersehen.